One of the reasons why I don't understand this president and the way he does something, at least when you want to play these tricks, play it perfectly so that even your worst enemy will not see something to talk about. You know, when he's doing all this, he will not watch his back. How could he have told us that this guy was his schoolmate? Meanwhile, nothing connecting this man with the Chicago State University, CSU, where Tinubu claimed he went to. How do you not believe this president? Is it not one like too many? We are saying that Tinubu should slow down in all this life, but he will not listen. Every day he keeps bringing infamy, bringing opprobrium, bringing whatever to himself. He didn't know that somebody somewhere, he didn't know that the world had gone digital. If you mention your name here now, the whole world will see it in the next 5 minutes when they punch their laptop and their smartphone. True or false? So when he was saying that thing yesterday, I'm sure people went to town to go and look at this man and his profile and look at what we are getting this morning. So where is CSU in this matter? None. You can see. Can that man change the schools he went to on his own? People know him. So there's no connection between Tinubu school and this man. And that means Tinubu lied once again. He lied. As usual, he lied. That's why the man could not talk. I expected that man to come out and say yes. At least give the history of between him and Tinubu so that we will know that yes, they were parties and all that. Apparently, that man was told to come and agree with what he said. That's why the man stood up and never said anything. He would have said something to validate what Tinubu is saying. At least say one or two things and how they were, moving about as friends in Chicago and all that, how they were neighbors. The man never uttered a word. And you want me to believe this thing that Tinubu said? Anyway, welcome to your supporters. They can now see their friend, a president of a country, lying on several occasions concerning himself. Concerning himself. Okay, if you want to prove that yes, why can't you tell us how your certificate is bearing the name and signature of the vice chancellor of that university, who came to that CSU 17 years after you have left?
All right, okay, Barrister.
Can Tinubu explain that to anybody?
We'll have to ask him. We'll probably have to ask him personally. What's your reaction to that before we move on to other stories now?
Well, my reaction to it is that at some point you tell lies to cover up lies, and at some point you would have exhausted that route. For me, I don't see any reason why this thing should generate so much controversy. It's better for the man to come out clean of all this back and forth. I don't feel it is necessary. If you have, for instance, as I'm seated here, I know my primary school mates. I still see them. I know my secondary school. As a matter of fact, we have group where we chat, even last time, I think it was 2023, and 2024, and I went for a reunion, and we were dressed in our school uniform 40 years after I left secondary school, with my mates, conduct assembly with the current students and all that. So even my NIJ years, my polytechnic years, my university years and all that, I still have my mates. So I have different groups in the chat. So I can always, if somebody says, I didn't attend Aquinas College, Akure, I'll say, okay, go to 1980, 76, 81 set, find out if the records are not there. I don't need to follow him. I don't need to employ a lawyer.
Okay. Talking about his early career, his life and education, like I said, he was born in 1966, spent his youth partly in the United States. His family emigrated there in the 1980s. And later returned to Belarus for technical studies, earning an engineering degree 1985 to 1989 in Minsk and a master's in business marketing from the University of Illinois at Chicago in 1991, between 1991 and 1995. This wasn't the time the president attended.
I wonder. I wonder.
Well, sum this up and then there's no much emphasis to
I think okay, Barrister.
Please, Moses, let us not go too far because it's very annoying.
Okay,
I'm not
it's very annoying.
It's very
I think I had my take on this in the morning.
Very annoying.
So viewers who are interested in knowing my take should go back and watch the VOPTM. That's this morning for today, June the 24th of.
No, wow.
June 24, 2025. But in all of these, what bothers me more is the fact that we are discussing agribusiness here. And I think without sounding, let me even concede, let us consider that, look, essentially, Alex Mings, Zingman is a Belarusian, and that we are getting the supply of equipment, tractors, from Belarus. Now, Belarus is a country of 9.1 million people that got independence
from Russia. That's from US.
Belarus is a country of 9.1 million people that got independence in 1991. And that's about 34 years ago. Now, we have a country of 230-something million people that got independence in 1960, that's 65 years ago. And we are going to Belarus, to import equipment. What does that tell you about who we are as a people? Are we a people that are ready to make progress? I don't want to I already dwelt on the controversy of the president certificate and all of that. And like I did say in the morning, if Nigerians walk into their apartment and there is light, they pay a little for it. If they can buy fuel at 150 naira, if the roads are paved, if you can go to clinic and get treated, Medicaid, Medicaid, and all of that. I'm not sure that Nigerians will be very much bothered about whether the president got a degree in CSU or in Illinois and all of that. So it still goes back to that clarion call on leadership to do what is right.
Apart from that, Mr. Okoro, this revelation shows that Tinubu has been compromising our due process in contract procurement and all that. As long as you have declared that this man is your friend, whatever you are doing with him is null and void. According to our due process principles, Barton left or resigned his office or was sacked because of this particular thing. In this case, his company was alleged to have bid for this power project, and for that reason, Jonathan said he should go. But in this case, you are doing our business, national business, with your friends. That's the one you are doing with Chagori. We are still trying to unravel.
So this conflict of interest in business, is it going to rot some kind of development?
Why not?
Asking.
Why not? Why
so
not?
It's going to bring about some kind of development.
No, it will not.
Okay, is it right to do business with your?
It's not right. It's not right. Yes, it's not, as long as
no, it is not.
It's not right.
Conventionally, it is not right.
Okay,
it's not right.
But you don't want to care about that. You want to care about that. Is it leading to progress?
No, it is something that we are dealing with now. I mean, when the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway came, Nigeria shouted and shouted and shouted. And just like 3 weeks or like a month ago, the president told us, look, Chagori is my friend and we are doing business together. Now, he is also telling us that Alex Zingman is his old neighbor and friend and schoolmate, and they are doing business together. Why I ask this question is that if you know the history of Indonesia very well, there was a man called Suharto. Suharto was very corrupt in Indonesia.
Of course.
But he wrought a development that remains unsurpassed in Indonesia. If you go to Dominican Republic, you know about Rafael Trujillo. He was a very corrupt leader in Dominican Republic. But nobody, even the sane ones, the correct ones, the modest ones, has done for Dominican Republic what he did for them. So we are just comparing notes. I'm not supporting anybody, but I'm just saying, what if these alliances are able to bring about pure development? Barrister, if we have the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway constructed, working for Nigerians, and it happens to have been done by the president's friend, should we have a problem with that?
There's a problem.
What is
we
the
are
problem?
talking of funds here. if you have emptied our treasury because your friend is doing a contract for the, of what benefit is that to Nigeria? Or are you telling me that
and the contract gets done?
You mean, is it your friend that did all the contracts in Nigeria?
Adisa, Karim Adisa, you know, when he was Minister of Works, was asked, why are you giving toll gates to your friends? You want with this person and that person to manage? He said, because I know them. If they run away, I know where to get them. I can find them.
It's wrong. It's wrong. That is why the due process principle was put in place for the
so you think that the due process, the Procurement Act, cannot be circumvented?
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't at all.
No,
it shouldn't.
No, it's not a matter of shouldn't.
It shouldn't.
Is it normally circumvented?
Why not?
Can it be circumvented?
That is why it is put there. Why are you going to circumvent it? For what? You are compromising it because of your friends. No, if all of us begin to do that, then we can give contract to our mother, our children, our sisters, our in-laws. That's the meaning. And you know what that means. That means there will be no checks and balances. Compromising with brother here and there. Because my brother is there, so I can do the contract anyhow. And nobody will query me.
Okay, let's...
Can't you get it?
Yes.
Where is the guarantee that this man is doing this contract very well? This Lagos...
let's...